Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. 39. 22.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Let's go. Hey, South.
Now Ryan on second down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
And him running the football is not something the defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. On first down, Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 57 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Ready. Blue ready. Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Watch the
Second down, Winston. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready? Black 22.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Ready? Blue ready.
Working out of the gun, Winston. This is intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Stocker's got it, complete. And bulldozing his way through. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
On second down, Ryan. And he whips that one incomplete there. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it'll bring up third down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
The first down throw for Winston. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He got 29 yards that time. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Ready.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Ready. 125. 150.
Jameis to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage. Sets
him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Right.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Justin Hardy. 67 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jameis now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Ready. Blue ready. Green, triple T. Hey, sub. Let's go.
First down, Winston. And a catch right side by Evans. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Ready. 125. Hey, sub.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
3 down. Got it. 280. Hey, great play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Bucs now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Winston. And that's complete. It's Ellington. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Ready. Blue lady. Follow. Here we go, even. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Winston again. Looking downfield for Godwin. And got his man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Sonic. Ready. Blue lady.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Spinning past him. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Santos now to add the PAT. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Caught by Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
Hey, let's go. Three down. Hey, check that. Black 25. Black 25.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Hey, let's
So
go.
the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Ready. Black 25. Got three. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. 51. Go.
Now Ryan on first down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Cliff Averill in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Nassib. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Tavecchio is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. To throw, Winston. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Play fake. Winston. Got him in. It's Breshad Perriman. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Jameis now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Ready. Blue ready.
Throwing, Winston. That's going to be caught. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Ready? Blue ready.
Now Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Kenny Stills, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Santos with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of St. Louis?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
23 yards on the play. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Looking downfield for Jones. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons are in for 6. Tavecchio to add the PAT. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
A first down throw for Winston. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. William Hayes in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Now a second down throw for Winston. And that's complete. It's Allington. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he finds Stills, complete. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Looking deep for Julio. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a 1st. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons are in for 6. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They go play action here on 1st down. Evans has it left side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Bucs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Follow. Green, triple C. Ready. Flag. Hey, sub. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Ready. Blue ready.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. He checks it down here to Ellington. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Follow. Green, triple C. Hey, sub. Watch the bounce out.
Again, it's Winston. That's caught out left by Perriman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ready. Black, triple C. Sonic. Green, triple C.
From the red zone now, Winston. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Green, triple C.
They'll throw again. Winston. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the 4th. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 1st down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Ryan to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Cliff Averill in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the gun, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Gerald McCoy in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Following the interception, Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Spins away. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Ready? Blue ready. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Green, triple C.
From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. Mike Evans, he's going to go. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, 65 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets him back within a field goal. So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Yeah, the Falcons going to use another timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll run it now out of the gun. pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Ready. Black 22. Green, triple C.
Again, they run with Ellington. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so because you had your eyes on the big prize, which was the Lombardi Trophy.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter